Hello everyone, myself Norman Patel, and today we'll be looking into the last part of our series of lectures which is on biochemistry spotters. So if you are viewing this video directly, I request you to start from the first to seventh part and then move to the last part, because each and every spot is very important and you really don't know that which spot is going to be asked in the exam. So the previous spotter videos I have put into the I button, and you can view it on the top by clicking on the I button. Also, the various other videos that I have put in my YouTube channel, I have put the link in the description box down below. You can view it there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do subscribe, as it will be useful to you, because I'm uploading such useful videos every now and then. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever the video is uploaded. So let's begin with the last part. So based on the given test tube, we have to identify the test. We have to name the normal constituent of the urine answering this test and name the condition that is associated with its increased secretion. So the given test is the ninhydrin test, and the normal constituent of the urine answering this test is the alpha amino acid. The condition associated with its increased secretion is the MSUD, that is maple syrup urine disease. Let's look to the next spot. So this spot is the chemical reaction, that is conversion of the guanine to GMP and hypoxanthine to IMP. So we have to name the enzyme deficient in this reaction and what are the metabolic disorder associated with the enzyme, with this enzyme deficiency. So enzyme deficiency is deficient is the HGPRTase, and the metabolic disorder associated with it is Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. It is an X-linked inherited disorder and it is characterized by self-mutilation, mental retardation, excessive uric acid, nephrolithiasis. Let's move to the next spot. So based on the given figure, we have to identify the structure. We have to give its RDA and its deficiency manifestations. So the given structure is of the riboflavin molecule, that is vitamin B2. The recommended dietary allowances are 1.5 milligram per day. During pregnancy, lactation and old age, additional 0.2 to 0.4 milligram per day is required. The clinical manifestations are mainly dermal, that is glossitis, cheilosis and angular stomatitis. Let's move to the next spot. So based on the given graph, we have to identify the graph, that is which type of enzyme inhibition it is. We have to give the example and we have to give the effect of the Km and the Vmax. So the given graph is of the competitive inhibition, and the example is that the inhibition of the succinate dehydrogenase by the malonate enzyme. So here the Km value increases and the Vmax value remains unchanged. Let's look to the next spot. So it is the image, and on the basis of it we have to identify the nutritional score or the biological value and what is the harm in consuming the raw image. So the nutritional score of the egg is 90, and the harm is that people who consume raw or undercooked egg can get salmonella infection, because most of the cases the salmonella is present on the shell of the egg, and chances are that we can get infected by this. Hence the doctor call this as salmonellosis. Let's move to the last spot. So on this spot we have to give the biological value and what are the limiting amino acid in the green gram. So the given food product is the green gram and its nutritional value is 58. The green gram is usually deficient in the sulfur containing amino acids like methionine and cysteine. So guys, here we'll be ending our series of lectures on biochemistry spotters. So hope you have enjoyed this all 1 to 8 lectures. If these videos are really grateful and helpful to you, do give us like in each and every video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as we'll be uploading next such videos on spotters of microbiology, pharmacology and so on. Also, I request each and every one of you to comment in the comment section that which video do you want first, whether it is microbiology, whether it is pathology or whether it is physiology. Also, you can contact me on my Instagram account. Here I am posting the interesting videos such as videos on surgery, case presentation. Also, each and every insight to my YouTube channel I am discussing on my Instagram account via stories.